Throughout their history, the original Harlem Globetrotters have showcased their iconic talents in 120 countries and territories on 6 continents, often breaking down cultural and societal barriers. The Globetrotters have entertained hundreds of millions of fans, among them popes, kings, queens, and presidents. We now have the privilege of being joined by an outstanding player who is a graduate of Siena College. He's one of the team's best shooters as he holds the team record of most consecutive 4-point shots made with 10. Number 3, Tay Firefly Fisher. What's going on, Firefly?
Nothing. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much for taking the time out to talk to us. It's
No
game
problem.
day, so I know you got to get your mindset, but we really appreciate you giving us some insight on this outstanding organization and what it's like to be a part of it. How long have you been with the Globetrotters?
This is my 7th year, and it's an amazing experience. When you're a part of an organization that has players such as Curly Neal,
Right.
Meadowlark Lemon, Marcus Haynes, all the greats that paved the way for us to be where we are right now, and we're still putting a smile on people's faces and doing the high-flying dunks and the dribbling and the antics. I think it's pretty amazing, and I'm very honored to be a part of it.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. It's pretty amazing. So being a part of this team, what does your family and friends think about this whole scenario?
Love it. They love it, especially my parents, because they grew up watching the Harlem Globetrotters, and they remember all the greats. They even remember Sweet Lou Dunbar, who's one of our coaches. So for me to wear the red, white, and blue, for me to have been to 55 countries in my 7 years and travel all around the world and play in front of my friends and family, I feel like it's a great thing. And it keeps me relevant in my community and let them know that I'm always coming back home. And I'm also teaching the young generation where I'm from the importance of the Harlem Globetrotters and how much of an impact they have on the world.
Absolutely, because as I mentioned, the team's celebrating 90 years of providing smiles, sportsmanship, and service to millions of people worldwide. And as much as we love seeing you guys on the court, it's about a whole lot more than just basketball. So there are a number of programs that highlight the Globetrotters as the ambassadors of goodwill that you are. Including this latest initiative, which is called the Great Assist. Can you tell us more about that?
The Great Assist is when the Harlem Globetrotters go to communities, schools, and hospitals to put smiles on people's faces. And we encourage the fans to go on greatassist.com and to nominate a family member or a friend or even communities that's in need for a smile. And the Globetrotters will try their best to provide that smile and the services to whoever they nominate. And it's really nothing different than we've been doing in the last 90 years. So that's something that people don't see that we do off the court. They think everything we do is on the court and put smiles on people's faces, but we're so involved and we're so iconic that we do things off the court that makes us very relevant and unique as well.
Absolutely. So you do messages of bullying prevention, which is huge in this day and age, character and physical fitness. Volunteering, as you mentioned, children hospital visits, which is called Smile Patrol, right? And during the launch of the Great Assist, you guys actually made Robin Roberts an honorary Globetrotter. She's only the 10th person to have that honor. That's amazing.
It is. It's very amazing because anyone that gets that honor, I feel like is very important. To be honest with you, there's a lot of people that can get that, but she's been through a lot, and you know, we like to make sure we recognize those people, and I'm happy that she definitely got that.
I agree. A true champion in every sense of the word, because not only was she a baller back in the day, I mean, she set the tone even with ESPN, you know, being the first female to do her thing. And on top of that, like you said, going through a lot medically and then coming out showing what having determination and that will to live will do for you. So I think it was a great, I was going to say a great shot. It was really a good choice to have Robin Roberts have that honor.
I agree with you on that.
Let's talk a little bit about your story, because when you first tried out for the Globetrotters, you didn't make the team.
No, I didn't.
I
didn't. I graduated in 2008 from Siena College, and the Harlem Globetrotters drafted me from being in the NCAA tournament, doing great, and I did extremely well in the tryouts. but not well enough. They didn't have any spots for me. So I went back home, worked on my craft, went back to school, you know, just not knowing what was gonna come up for me next in life. They gave me another opportunity, and I did better than I did the first time, and here I am now.
Yeah, so you skipped something that was key, because I love this part of your story. When you didn't first make the team, you decided to go back to school to get your
Absolutely.
master's degree.
Yeah.
I think people need to know that, because you know, so many times I know you talk to a lot of kids who say, I want to be a basketball player when I grow up.
Yeah.
But you know, you can have those skills and anything can happen. So you went back to school to say, okay, this is just as important as basketball. And then you tried out, during that time that you're getting your master's, you're practicing these skills that you learned during that first audition. And if at first you don't succeed, try again, and here you are.
Yeah, and it's teaching the young kids that, you know, you should just never give up. I could have easily have given up, because basketball is my passion. It's something I've been doing for a long time, but school's very important as well. You know, I'm the first to graduate from college in my family, and the first to also continue on further, the first to play professional basketball. So I want to continue that trend going on, and then hopefully for my next generation with my kids and further on, I like them to follow my lead. So it's pretty cool, and I'm happy that I went through that tough time, because honestly, I wouldn't be the person I am right now if it wasn't for that.
You're absolutely right. And we talked about a couple of the Globetrotter legends early on in our conversation. There's a long list of them. We'll mention just a few. Sweet Lou Dunbar, that you mentioned earlier. Hubert Geese Osby. Marcus Haynes. Wilt Chamberlain. Fred Curly Neal, and of course you can't think of Curly Neal without bringing up Meadowlark Lemon, and he just passed away December 27th at the age of 83. What do all those names mean to you?
They mean a lot. It makes me smile when I think of all of those names, because people just don't understand the things that they had to go through for us to be where we are right now. I mean, with segregation, with racism, with so much stuff that still happened today, they were there in the 50s, and they went through all in the tough times. And it's good to have people like them, because they're able to tell those stories to us, to let us know how important it is to put on this jersey every single day. So, you know, my favorite is definitely Curly Neal. I mean, obviously because of the hairstyle. And he was one of the dribblers, and he's shorter, so I can relate to him really well, and he's amazing, and they all are amazing, and I feel like to be able to put this jersey on, you have to be more than a basketball player, so it's pretty cool.
You're absolutely right. I love that, and you have had an opportunity to meet a lot of the players who are still living.
Yes. Didn't get a chance to meet Meadowlark. I would have loved to have met him, but we have a lot of video that we watch of him, so we are always taking a lot of things that he did and still making it relevant today. And that's some things you can't get away from, the things that they used to do.
You can't. You just can't.
Because people expect to see that when they come to the game, especially people who used to watch them. They expect to see the water bucket. They expect to see confetti. They expect to see all of that. So you can't change the things that got us to where we are right now.
Yeah, and it's funny, people see you guys out there with the buckets, and even though we all know it's probably confetti in the bucket, we're still all like, oh, when you throw it.
You never know. You never know.
You never know, huh? So I am interested in finding out more about your nickname, because all of these guys that I just mentioned had nicknames, and everybody on the team currently has a nickname. So we've got on the roster Flight Time, Beast, Buckets, Hammer, Moose, TNT, and of course there's Firefly. So how did you get your nickname?
They say I light it up as soon as I get on the court.
I love it. Everybody's got this like really cool story about
no, they give you your nickname based on who you are, how you play. So they said as soon as I get on the court, I light it up with my smile, I light it up with my shooting, I light it up with my dribbling, and you know, obviously I'm one of the shortest on the team, so I think it's pretty cool.
I think it's cool, yeah. If you do say so yourself, Firefly lights it up, right? Turned down for what? That's what, is that?
She's good. I like her.
So I want to shout out one of my best friend's husband. He's a former Globetrotter as well, Gerald Champagne Gray. So I can't do a show about the Globetrotters and not give him his shout out, okay? So one other thing I just wanted to have you talk about is what you would like your legend to be with the Globetrotters.
That's a good question. I just like people to just, if they were to remember me Remember me as someone who brought it every single night, put a smile on people's faces. I learned from Curly, and one thing about Curly is as soon as he comes into the building, everyone smiles. Like literally, especially when he enters the arena and all the fans come, he just knows how to do it. It's his presence. And that's something you can't teach. Either you have it or you don't. And he never lets anyone leave the building without an autograph. Even if it's time to leave, he always makes sure he stays around to give people that autograph, and that makes a big difference in people's lives.
Yeah.
So I try to learn from him, add a little bit of my style and how I am and my personality, and then try to put it all together so people can remember me like they did Curly.
Yeah, because you're right. When you look at those guys, I was looking at some old footage, and it just brings back memories.
It does.
And it is a lot of personality involved. It's not just about basketball. It's not just about any one thing. You're right. Not everybody can put on this jersey and continue on with the spirit of what the Harlem Globetrotters is all about.
You don't have to love basketball in order to love the Harlem Globetrotters.
That's absolutely
Am I right?
That's why we're so blessed to have you guys come to Milwaukee each and every year.
Every year.
For over 30 years, it's been a tradition. So we hope to keep that going, and it has been nothing but a pleasure.
Thank you.
Talking to you, and it's always fun to find out more behind the player, their stories, what motivates them, and what makes them great. So thank you.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
You keep doing what you're doing.
You got it.
The one and only Tay Firefly Fisher, and they call him Firefly, of course. You don't want to forget it's because he lights up the place whenever he's in. When we return to Our Issues Milwaukee, we'll have an opportunity to talk with one of the ladies who represents the Harlem Globetrotters. I'm excited to talk to Sweet J Ekwamadu, and we'll do that right after this.